Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Let's see. Let's see who's here. Future Bound, hello, hello. Got a fancy boy today. Drua, hello. Peaches, good day. Mises, good evening. One Drunk Man, hi. Nine Walker, another stream this week? Yeah. So I was at a work conference this weekend, but things ended a little earlier than I expected, so we do another stream today. Atherak, hello. Odin, hello. Coma HVC, Ayo, what's up? Hey, what's up? Eric, Bensky, Spicy, BTC only, hello. Who Breezy, welcome. Crucified, Pooh asks, can someone DM me a TGR Discord? There's no such thing. Reborn, hello. Of Sam, Sinvek, hey. Mason, thanks for building me 910. You're welcome. 10 Loey, what's up? Mayhem, G-Sax, hey, Nalio, what's up? Nine Walker, will catch bot later. Hope you have a great stream. Oh, thank you. Sounds good. I'll catch you later, Nine Walker. Have a good evening. Alright, so yes indeed. As per the title, we are building a TGR 910 of the GAF variety. So this unit, as I said at the end of last stream, was sent to me by very graciously and very generously by the auction winner of Shuangmu's recent auction for the unit, which was to help support kudos and quality from GAF Caps through their relatively rough transition right now. And yeah, so it was for a great cause in my opinion. That said, they are people I consider my friends and that I treasure a lot in the community, and I'm glad that the funds are going to a good place. But all in all, the winner was very nice in contacting me and saying like, hey, I saw that you were offering a build, and I will be happy to get that done. So, yeah. Feeling so much better with the cream keycaps. Oh, you mean this? Yeah. Also, it looks a little dark, doesn't it? It's a little dark. Let me adjust that a little bit. Actually, yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, cool. I think that's okay. All right, so let's get to it. Glad the 910 stayed within the community. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy about that too. All right, so let's move this over. All right, so here it is, the GAF X TGR 910 bag. So this is quite similar to the Monoke Kaba. Very similar to that. That's a zipper. Alright, open this guy up. So here we have switches. So these are MX Blacks, Lube with 2.5 grade 0 and with TX films and I think 60 gram springs. We have some 205 here to use. Set of TX stabs here. These are wind keyless, so we're gonna do 7U bottom roll layout. Just a piece of foam. And then we have over here our aluminum plate. Nice and gray aluminum plate. Standard gray aluminum plate. universal layout support. Here we have I believe there's a McLovin PCB. So this is the McLovin PCB made for the GAF X TGR 910 collaboration from McLovin Studio. And here we have some screws and the daughter board. And then we have some daughter board cables over here. I guess this one should be fine. Then extra PCB, we won't need it. These are screws for the plate. And then that's a prototype PCB that we're not going to use. And here's the case. All right, so here is the case. This is the GAF X TGR 910. A little bit dirty over here. But yeah, so here is a copper badge with the with the GAF logo, the eyes, the 3 eyes over here. And then as you can see, it supports the daughter board towards the middle, and it has a center USB port. And here is the back of the board. Has the TGR, stylized TGR logo here on the left side. It says TGR in the graffiti style that GAF Caps is quite proficient with, and it says 910 on the other side. And then here is the art, the GAF Caps art here. It's engraved on the copper weight, and I believe this is the same art that's on the desk mats as well, if you've seen those around. And then as you can see here, there's a engraving of the stylized GAF logo, which looks pretty nice. And then the back here is a polished steel accent piece to decorate the back. So it's done very similarly to the way the TGR JNV2, for example, is done, which has two-piece construction for the back and for the bottom, and the weight that goes in the middle, and then you know, the screws are here hidden, so there's basically no seam from a side, from the side. It looks like there's a little small mark there, but yeah. But anyway, yeah. And then here's the side profile. Already has the bump-ons installed. But yeah, so this is what we are going to be building today. Okay. All right. Have you tried the GMK TK68? It's hot swap and 65%. I have not tried it, Luciano, so I would not know. Alright. So I guess first things first, we should test our PCB. So let's do that. I am hoping this is the correct cable for it. Based on the length, it does seem to be the case though. Okay. Was this the board Was this board the one that was raffled out or the proto sold on the mech market? This one was the one that was auctioned recently, I believe. Alright, so... Oh, Funzy, hello, I'm here. Welcome, welcome. Also, is chat dead? For some reason, I don't see it. Or maybe I just didn't catch the messages. Oh, no, there it is. Never mind. Okay, let's open up VIA. Alright, there it is. It identified the PCB layouts. We're gonna do 2U backspace. Bottom row is gonna be 7U. Left shift 2.25U. Alright. And then we can do... Well, so this key does nothing, so we can just say nothing. And then maybe I'll just do page up, page down, and maybe change this one to a function key, perhaps. And then I'll put this one as right alt. And this, I don't need layer trigger here. I don't use it myself. I'll just put it as left control for now, or, well, actually caps lock is fine, because for me it will just auto change that. And then we can maybe program a function, keys over here, and delete, home, and GMK Lux. Okay. Alright. A very specific request. Alright, we can turn that off. Alright, I'm just gonna save this. And let's test it out. Lux will look pretty nice on this though. I do agree. Rensnake, hello. Have you ever tried a Samis or Samis? I have not. I have not tried it. So I can't really speak for it. Hope GAF continues to do his collabs. His art style is just next level. Would love to see a larger unit collab. Yeah, that would be certainly nice. But yeah. I guess maybe in time, if they come back to be active again, that'll happen. GAF X Ion. Alright. PCB is perfectly fine. So that's good. Wob with CMYW. Huh. That's a fun request too. Alright. Okay, so we are going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 stabilizers. So let's take them out. Did my thing not show up? It did, Drua. But Peaches redeemed it 3 minutes ago, whereas you redeemed it a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. Your points are still safe. As long as I refund it to you, which I will once I redeem one of them. Oh look, MX Blacks and an aluminum plate inside a TGR keyboard. I wonder how it will sound. I wonder how it will sound as well. Who knows? I would never know what that would sound like because I've never tried a MX Blacks on an aluminum plate inside a TGR keyboard. Never in my life. Groundbreaking, earth-shattering, game-changing, trailblazing, mouth-watering. Roxo, hola, 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 ¿cómo estás? Beep beep. Should have used ergo clears? Well, that's just like your opinion, man. Well, that said, it's not my board, so it's not like I can choose. Okay. Maybe I can just use this piece of foam. When is there going to be a Spanish-only stream? Oh man. It's not likely. I'm not sure though. I don't think so, but I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy to speak in Spanish though. It's not a problem. You lube the switches also, or was that sent by the client? This was sent by the client. So I did not lube these switches. How do I talk in Spanish? I mean, wow. One drunk man believes in the T word only to not realize that it is a universal concept, commonly understood everywhere in the world. Except one drunk man lacks the understanding and now has pretty much neglected his own convictions. Pero like, yo quiero... Hello? Excuse me. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien. Estuve ocupado este fin de semana, pero estoy bien. I remember the time you did an interview with Katana entirely in Spanish. Oh yeah, I did. Are those TX tabs? Yes, these are. Yo quiero Taco Bell? I don't. Yo no. I do not want Taco Bell. Right now, at least. Not feeling it. Maybe some other day, though. Sometimes it's pretty good, to be honest. ¿Qué pedo? ¿Un TGR? TGR. If you can't beat him, join him. Yo quiero Taco Bell, la única comida mexicana real. Real, así como de la realeza, ¿no? O sea, así... Solo los nobles comen Taco Bell, ya sabes. Porque hay nobles en México, claro. O sea, los nobles del Interlomas, que del Bosque de Reforma, que no sé qué. Solo para los conocedores. Sí, o sea... Una maravilla cultural, Taco Bell. El orgullo mexicano. I went to my to a local keyboard meetup, and there was almost as much topiary as other things. Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. I feel like topiary tends to be still a minority at meetups. It is much more common at meetups, however, because it is pretty accessible. But it does end up being a minority, generally speaking, because there is so much more MX out there. So it's good to hear that when you went to a meetup, you found a lot of topiary. Like, in fact, topiary has definitely been making a little bit more of a comeback as of late, especially with all the aftermarket cases and housings, and so like it's been nice to see that. But that said, yeah, it's still a niche within a niche, I would say. Speak American. Los nobles de Querétaro. Taco Bell necesita vender quesadillas sin queso para ser 100% mexicano. No dirá 100% chilango. Porque los chilangos, ya saben, piden las quecas sin queso. ¿Usted quiere una quesadilla con queso o sin queso? O sea, se le antojó una quesadilla, pero no pensó que iba a tener queso en la quesadilla. Chale, cámara. Nice Chilango accent? Yeah, I mean, I lived there like a long time, so yeah. The other day I saw a TikTok of a guy saying it's crazy how Australia and the UK try to copy American but change it up a bit. What? That's probably memeing for sure. ¿Qué puto sentido tiene una quesadilla sin queso? Tú dime. But it's a thing, and if you go to Mexico City, sometimes people will ask you if you want a quesadilla without cheese, and I'm like, wait, it's in the fucking name. It says, can I have a quesadilla? You know, like it says quesa. So there's cheese in it, you know, by definition. It's in the goddamn word. How can you say you want without cheese? At that point you call it a taco. What is this foreign tongue I'm hearing? Man, ich verste nichts. I just want a dilla. What? Yeah, I know. Dilla so good. T-I-L-K, queso is cheese in Spanish? Well, it's queso, right? It's queso. Q-U-E-S-O is cheese in Spanish. Queso. Eso es queso. Case of dill pickles with cheese. Case of these nuts. Can I get a quesadilla with cheese? But also no saber ni papa de algo. This crime is punishable by death. I mean, yeah, I personally find it ridiculous, but it really is a thing, I swear to God. It's something that Mexican people meme about all the time. They're like, yeah, you go to the capital, like you go to Mexico City, and they'll ask you things like that, like whether you want your goddamn quesadilla without cheese, and you're like, what? Despite being Puerto Rican myself, Mance is speaking in tongues. I mean, yeah, I also do use like colloquialisms that are pretty purely Mexican too, so. Speaking of quesadillas, I had way too many tacos this past week. Oh, very nice. That's like asking you want chicken wings without the chicken, huh? Yeah, all the dubbing is wrong. Oh man, oh you shouldn't get me started on dubbing in Spanish. It's just so whack sometimes. What are you currently using on your desk? So this keyboard is exclamation keyboard. It's a heavy grail. It's a happy hacking keyboard inside of this aftermarket aluminum case, made by Norbauer. The happy hacking keyboard is this particular widely available board. Very compact and kind of expensive, yeah. And it has this switch called Topre, which is essentially like a rubber dome, but it depends on this electrocapacitive mechanism for it to work. But it's pretty popular in our community if you don't know much about it. Tacos hit different in San Diego and LA. That is true. LA and San Diego tacos are pretty good. I mean, it's also like certain places in Texas also have really amazing tacos. I mean, I've just had generally good tacos in like a lot of the South, specifically like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, California. It's neutral, but we have a lot of slang. Yeah, that's true. We do have a. I mean, I would easily argue that pretty much every Spanish dialect or like every kind of branch of Spanish essentially has a lot of slang. I mean, it's just every region will have it. It's just normal. I mean, it's like talking about like Portuguese from Portugal and like Brazil, you know, or like French from many different places. It's the same thing. I feel that I speak my Dominican version Spanish to my fiance's family and they're confused. Can't say that's surprising. It's a rookie man's every grill. Is that the bill from the other day? Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is. Goes to a restaurant in Mexico City and asks for folded and grilled tortilla at Diego's recommendation. I wasn't here for the end of that stream. Oh, I see. Was this the one that was made to help out paying for a sick kid's treatment? Yeah, you could think of it that way, yes. Well, mostly to support their family, yeah. That's a way to put it. Northwest Ohio tacos hit differently, SMH. Holding the wall Mexican spots and Texas hit different. I gauge the quality of Mexican food by the amount of abuelas in the back. Fair. I mean, normally they do tend to be family businesses, or even multi-family and just managed by different people. But yeah, you know, like people like you trust and stuff. That said, I mean, you do have to just try the food and see for yourself, right? I do think that judging a book by its cover like that, it's a little bit too quick to jump to judgment. Good measure though. Medical bills suck? It does. They do. Yo, Lens of Lucas, what's up? How's it going? Thoughts on using dielectric grease instead of Krytox? I tried it with low expectations and so far it's not actually that bad. Oh, it works fine. Dielectric grease works pretty much okay. Whether you use dielectric grease or Krytox, it doesn't really matter. The consistency of it just varies, like the viscosity is different. And so it's like your mileage may vary with it, but effectively you're doing the same thing. Whether you do it with Krytox or dielectric, it's just a matter of preference slash like technique, I guess, like how you decide to apply it. Yeah. It works fine though. I mean, there's people who solely use dielectric grease and that works totally fine with them. It's just a matter of preference for sure. I prefer Krytox because I have an easier way handling Krytox, like applying it and using it in general. That said, it is much more expensive than dielectric, so like yeah, like that's the expense I incur in doing that. But you know, that's like a choice I made after using it for a bit. Next year quality check, they can barely speak English or not at all. I don't know about that actually, Reborn. I think that's definitely a bit stereotyping. Like, fair, but also hardly generalizable, especially nowadays. Because there's people who can cook food just as well and genuinely, so to speak, and you know, they can be from a multi-generational family or something like that, and that's not uncommon at all nowadays. Like, and this includes like families of immigrants and stuff too. So do you manage to fix the enter key for the heavy grail? So for the most part, you could say yes. Like, it still has a little bit of binding at the very far right of the enter key, Lucas. But yeah, I would say that it was a mix of like the key also kind of like contributing to that, and the stabilizer fitment wasn't like perfect. Like it's all right. Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's also like not unusable. Do you like dulce de leche? When I tried it with some churros, the goat milk in it made my stomach off. You look so yummy. Dulce de leche is pretty good. I do like it, but actually I only like it in a small amount. I actually don't like it too much because it is too sweet for me. But it's okay. Like, I like it. But I would say I wouldn't have it all the time, like often. Yeah. Yo, Ava, 1 year club. Let's go. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you so much for the support for the whole year. Wow. Thank you. Hopefully it gets better over time. Yeah, I mean, who knows, right? I can't really say if it would, but yeah, I mean, at least for now, it definitely looks and feels like pretty decently better. So, yeah. As far as like, I do think it was both the key and the slider. So, like, twisting the stem a little bit with pliers helped a little for the black key set that I had that time I was building a heavy grill, and then using a different key set also, like, you know, kind of showed that a little bit. But it definitely still has some like slider plate fitment issues where I think just the plate just has a little bit of warping, or maybe it was from demolding. I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what the cause is, or maybe the measurements like very slightly like just too tight. Because reportedly other people have had similar issues, whether it's on the shift or the enter, or like basically on the 2U stab sections. So yeah. I assume it is a measurement thing, dimensional thing on the plates. do it for the sticker. Oh yeah, I need to send you that. Remember Alvo, that time you told you asked me to send you that what was it? It was like a post-it note, I think. I still have it. It's in the bag over there. So I'll send it when I send out new like stickers out. We have a great Mexican town here in Detroit. Great Mexican sweets. Sweets. Oh man, Mexican sweets. I really like Mexican sweets. I really like tamarindo based stuff, like tamarind. I'm not sure if you know. I mean, for those who know, it's really yummy. I really like pica fresas. They're my favorite. They're so good. I mean, it's kind of old school. Those like watermelon lollipops, I think, and the corn ones also. There's a bunch of sweets that I like from back home. And also I like me some Duvalin, classic. Duvalin, pretty good for those with a sweet tooth. Caramelized goat milk is cajeta, caramelized cow milk is dulce de leche. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah. I like both cajeta and dulce de leche, but I would say, yeah, I don't think either is my favorite. Like I prefer one over the other like too much. I would say for a lot of desserts, like dulce de leche I think tastes better. But I do like me those like obleas, like the what are obleas in English anyway? Obleas con cajeta. So yummy. So yummy. Or even like those spoons, like like in Mexico they sell those spoons with cajeta. They're so yummy too. Except in Argentina where cajeta is something else. The perfect compliment for the Asian palate in desserts is that it's not too sweet. Yeah, it's true. It really is true. When building with MX Browns, do you spring swap or anything else? I always spring swap with pretty much any Cherry MX switch. Always spring swap. Because the springs on Cherry MX switches kind of suck. Just in general. Tres leches en esta economía. Relevant inflation comment. Mazapan is goated. Oh, okay. I have a love and hate relationship with mazapan. Mazapan is really awesome, so yummy, but it's a little too sweet for me. My teeth actually ache when I have mazapan. Like sometimes, like I remember when I was a kid, I had that issue, and it just felt way too sweet for me. It's really yummy, but I wish it were just a little bit less sweet than what it is. It's really good though. Makes me want to go to Mexico. Mexico's great. It's great to visit too. Obla is a wafer. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, wafer's right. Stock MX brown strings I'm feeling right now feel like 67 gram to me, and my hands kind of hurt after a while. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I don't like the texture of it. Yeah, mazapan's texture is not great. I mean, it's like all crumbly. Cosmic Adam, TTV. Hey man, how's it going? It's going well, thank you. How are you doing? I actually had work this weekend, so I've been working all weekend. I had a conference to attend, so I was out and about all weekend. I'm pretty like socially exhausted in a way, like in the meet and greet sort of fashion, you know, like when you meet and greet like a bunch of people at once and you get kind of tired from just doing that. Yeah, I had that happen. So, but yeah, that's done. So get to relax a little. Wait, there's a 65% TGR? There's been a 65% TGR for about 6 years. Seven years? Pretty good. Finished the build recently, looking for the next target. Nice. Is there a spring comparable to 55 gram TX longs for MX Browns? Why not just get 55 gram TX longs then? Why? Why are you asking if there's a spring comparable to something when you can just get the spring that's identical to that? Like, I don't get it. I mean, was there a spring comparable to 55-gram TX long? I guess whichever the Sprit version of that is, or the I don't know, Kinetic Labs or whoever else sells springs has. Just go for the 55-gram rated one. That's gonna be the closest one then. I've been addicted to tamarindo ever since I was a little kid. Oh my god, I know. Tamarindo is so yummy. Mason. It copied the top right blocker from the OG board from legendary designer Quantric. .Q. Oh my god. Oh, Mason! Mason, aren't you in New York now? How are you doing, dude? Where, like, are you enjoying the city, or like, where are you right now? Do you just get here? I picked up Moto 2 recently. Need a board that color matches well. Pretty much anything black. I mean, Moto 2? Yeah, so like I would say like black or gray is gonna be your best bet for anything like Moto like for that to match. Even silver will work fine for Moto, I think. Except with more contrast, but yeah. I should get some 58 grams. Try the MX Browns and Ergo Clears. That sounds kind of a nice combo, to be honest. I actually don't have 58 grams in my collection slash like builds, so I actually probably should grab some whenever I decide to grab some extra TX supplies. Like I get orders from TX like Makibo in like bulk, basically. Like I get a bunch of, like I get like, you know, like 5 or 10 packs of films. I get like 5 or 10 packs of springs, and so on. And then when I run out, I order again later, but it takes a while, so. Yeah, I think I do have to restock on films pretty soon though, because I'm pretty low, almost sure, running low on those. I've done so much walking. Got in last night, got pizza today. Yo, let's go. Well, I'll see you soon. So yeah. A lot of walking sounds like New York though. Today and yesterday were actually really nice days to walk around in. Oh man, today was actually really gorgeous weather outside. So today must have been good. Got back from dinner right before stream, so I'm having a lovely evening. Nice. Are you staying in a hotel, I guess? Hopefully it's not too dinky. Hotels sometimes can be a little meh. Well, it depends where you stay, but yeah. I've been doing 85 gram to 90 gram in a lot of switches. Dang. So heavy. So heavy. I don't think I could do that. But, I mean, that's respectable. Are there any vendors that provide bulks for films? No, don't think so. I mean, that said, Switch films are cheap enough as it is, so it's like $5 per pack. TGR has never been special. He's a very influential person in the hobby, though. I would say that's true. I would say like the designs that TGR makes are pretty cookie cutter, pretty standard, to be honest, because they're like top mount. But the designs have been very influential in the sense that they've really made their waves in the aftermarket, especially. and like a lot of enthusiasts will regard it very highly, and that's, you know, generally true because they are pretty high quality, and just in general also like the maker fulfills and, you know, like creates a lot of boards and whatnot. So but yeah, I would say that compared to like what current like vendors do, it's very different. It's like more of a more so of a hobbyist spirit there. If you put a tactile or clicky stem in a linear switch housing, will it be a linear Franklin switch? No, it will still be a tactile or clicky. The tactile or clicky comes from the stem, not from just the housing. The housing can help. There's cases where the housings, like the leaf inside of the housing, the bottom housing specifically, has been made to further the mechanism of action of the switch type, or like, you know, the clicky or the tactile, but most of it comes from the stem design. Most of it. So if you put a tactile or clicky stem, or like, you know, in any other housing, it's still gonna be a tactile or clicky switch. Yeah. Oh, good evening. Oh, hello. Nihon Jam. I guess for you it's like good day. Good morning? No, good afternoon almost. Tired of spending extra $10 on switches to film? I mean, you can always forgo the films if you would really like to, but yeah. I personally think that it's hard to forgo those, especially on Cherry MX switches, because Cherry MX switches get pretty loose after you open them up. Hotel small, that's probably because I'm in Midtown. New York City's still too much city for little me. It's always fun to see friends. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it is Midtown especially is too much city. I think once you kind of go elsewhere, it's a little bit better. But yeah, Midtown and downtown, there's definitely too much city. Like that part of Manhattan is just too much city. Elsewhere, I would say it's a lot better. I feel like 58 gram might be a perfect weighting. $10 a.m. I see. Use a daily 45 gram long springs. Oh, pretty light. If your opening switches up anyway, might as well film them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, congrats, Nihon Jam. $1 spot. Very nice. Let's take this cable out of the way now. It's a little nervous there. For me, 62 gram short TX is my favorite. Yeah, I still use medium, I guess, length because it's the standard length. And I just, well, so when TX springs came out, I stocked up on them. I got 2,000 springs, if I recall correctly. I got like 10 packs of 60 gram, like 7 packs of 62 gram, and like 3 packs of 65, something like that. And it took me a long time to run through those. So I haven't gotten any of the long springs or short springs or whatever, just because I have so many springs to run through. Yeah. Are TX tabs clipping? Yes. Yes. Let's see. What am I doing? Oopsie. Well, layout wise, I'm doing 7U and regular caps lock. Okay, cool. Not Step Bro today. Yeah. Client preference. I still have to try the medium ones. I see. I mean, medium one is gonna be the most similar to like most switches because medium is supposed to be like the default Cherry MX like length for springs, which is like 14 millimeters or something like that. Yeah. Okay, plate is pretty good for these switches, so it won't be an issue here. Does anyone prefer lighter springs for tactiles and slightly heavier for linears? I used to do that, and then I switch it the exact opposite way because I was curious, and then I sort of start to not care. So I think as long as I'm in a certain range, I think I'm personally okay. As long as I don't get tired from typing for no good reason. Just normally, like if I, you know, type only for like a day and I'm getting tired, okay, well that's kind of an issue. Have you ever seen an Alice PCB layout in a standard case? What do you mean? I don't understand that question. An Alice PCB layout in a standard case? What does that mean? While my fingers are sensitive enough to tell the travel distance and the actual spring weight difference, I can't see the difference between spring length and TX. Well, I mean, the length differences are very minor, especially between like medium and long, or like short and medium. But if you try like, I would say like the long ones are a bit easier to tell, but yeah, it's still not like the biggest difference. Like the two-stage or three-stage springs are different enough. Yeah, I mean those are pretty vastly different, I would say. The weight of this board is so great, hoping that more in the future more artists collaborate with keyboard designers to engrave weights. I do agree with that. I do think that people who can make very cool line art for like engravings or things that, you know, effectively engravings are not that difficult. I mean, as long as you are able to vectorize them and put them into a laser, let's say, it makes things a lot easier. And you know, it would be definitely cool to see a lot more artwork like that sort of to come through. So yeah. Do agree. The PCB is an Alice layout, but the PCB is also meant to fit in a standard rectangular case. That would look not great though, because the problem is you could get all this empty space too. And also, Alice's layout is also very unique in the sense that it has a length and a width that is not very, it wouldn't really fit in a standard rectangular case, like a standard tray or something like that. It's like as long as the TKL and the width is not quite the same as, I mean it's gonna be like somewhere between like a 65 and the TKL, which is kind of strange. Okay, that sounds okay. Just a teeny bit on the left side here. Okay, that's good. Why is it called Alice? Oh, because that's the name of the keyboard that popularized the layout. It was called the TGR Alice. The TGR Alice is basically it's based on the EM7 layout. And the EM7 you could say it was before the Alice, but their layouts are different. Like the EM7 is more like the 65, what people like right now are calling like the artisan version or whatever of things. Like it has a narrow key cluster. You could say the Alice is like a 60%ified version of that. Nice. Okay, sounds pretty good. Final pics, if it's alright to send here, yeah, no worries. What's this? Let me see what this is. Oh, I see. But it also means it's low profile, right? That PCB in the case would mean it's low profile too. You would need like a special plate for it or something. I mean, that's cool and all. I mean, I guess it kind of serves as a negative space to have it in a rectangular format like that, so the rest of the rectangular space kind of is just negative, which is fine. But if that's your preference, that is. I mean, I could see this be very common in the Japanese like custom mechanical keyboard community, for example, where they do a lot of DIY stuff and they would rather adapt a case rather than have to make a completely new one necessarily. But that said, I mean, it's just preference at that point. Like it's like would you actually go through the trouble of doing that? Like at the point of doing that design work, wouldn't you rather just also design the case for it? You know. The Japanese Twitter community is wild, is with some of the boards I've seen. Yeah, the Japanese mechanical keyboard community lives on Twitter, mostly. It's mostly on Twitter, and then secondly, it's moved a lot to Discord as well. But it's a very large community on Twitter, and it's been around for quite some time too. The PCBs are from the Japanese community. Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised at all. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, oh, I see that, and I'm like, yeah, this looks like it's something from the JPMK community. Like it's really something that they would do, adapting things that like the existing cases to just fit like parts like that. It's very common. Like they do a lot of, they have like so many different like split layouts, like ergo stuff that they've changed, modified, like according to whatever their preferences are. It's very common. The DIY scene in the Japanese mechanical keyboard community is very different. And I would say it's a lot more adventurous as far as the DIY part is concerned. But then again, they also do focus a lot on the split and the ergo side, because the way that you know, like they type is also more conducive to that. So that's kind of like something that they've adapted a lot more than in the Western community, where we still use like, you know, QWERTY-based layouts, and specifically it's not as adaptable like that, or at least people aren't necessarily like interested in doing that. The entire Asian community do their own thing in their own little spaces. Yeah, that's just the way it goes. Yeah, they definitely have their own culture and their own thing going on, and you know, it's good for them. Sort of like the way like Koreans started. I mean, you know, like a lot of our, I mean, don't forget guys, a lot of the current custom mechanical keyboards here, keyboard scene here in the West started because of the Korean scene that started off with creating these custom mechanical keyboard cases. And you know, a lot of the old work in the Korean custom mechanical keyboard scene was focused on basically adapting like old vintage boards, like basically like making PCBs that would be compatible with their original controllers and things like that, like reverse engineering those, and you know, like the G80s, like that kind of stuff from Cherry, or like IBMs or that kind of stuff, although IBMs are quite rare over in Asia. But you know, a lot of it was born from that. So yeah, it definitely started from like this DIY sort of aspect to it, and then kind of expanded more into like something else. Do you happen to know what the SG community does? Oh, I mean, they also do their thing. Diego, how's the build going? It's going all right. Pretty smooth. Sailing smooth. So the Western community is technically behind. You could say a lot of the current community, it was kind of inspired by that and then had its own sort of development. That said, the majority of the traffic as far as mechanical keyboards are concerned is in the West. Like, it's specifically in North America because, well, it's more likely that people over here are consuming more, just in general. And also, like, you know, population density, etc., etc. But I would say, like, with the way like the tech scene has developed in like North America also, like, it's kind of been much more North American centric. But that's like in the realm of business and the realm of like transactions. A lot of mech market is inspired from SGF. Wouldn't you just say they feed each other? It's just mutual. It's symbiotic, I guess. Doesn't the Vietnamese community flip a shit ton? So well, doesn't every community flip a shit ton? Really? Honestly, let's be honest. Everyone does it a lot. The meme also goes with, you know, other people just flip, but meanwhile, look at the US or Canadian, let's say, mechanical keyboard community, and they, like, you see a sale post that, you know, tries to flip something, let's say. The only difference is that they post some sob story. Oh, my car broke down. Oh my god, medical bills. Oh my god, my dog pooped in the yard, and now I need to you know, get $20,000 somehow to clean it all up. My wife is making me choose only one. That's a classic. Oh my god, that's a super typical one. The wife. Oh yeah, the wife. The wife told me. Gotta go. Dog died, mom died, cat died, dad died, fish died, selling my 3560 LS for market price. Please PM, my wife is also leaving me for her boyfriend at XQC. Hi, yeah. SGC mammalian are just unapologetic when it comes to flipping. Yeah. It's just a matter of the optics behind it. But as far as how much of it is like happens, like the proportion is honestly not that different. It's not that different. I think it's just more so that there's very specific examples that have been quoted to, let's say, the SG half thing and whatnot. But and obviously it's been driven further by dramatic elements, like people wanting to create a lot more, like it's like basically like a theatrical element out of it. But yeah, mega market bingo. Jane V2 8K ad cost to me, shipping not included. Shipping not included, FNF only, right? Yeah. Hello, Mr. Juan. How's it going? The scuff is from the factory, FNF or Crypto Cell. Mint condition, but there is a scuff from the factory, right? I mean, that's really funny. The bullet hole was there when I tried to fix it. TBH, it wouldn't be this bad if there's no buyer in the first place? I mean, no, absolutely correct. I mean, obviously with no buyers, there's no sellers. That's just the way it goes. Selling for a friend always confuses me. Oh yeah, for sure. It's very confusing because somehow it's always the same friend, or either you happen to have just a lot of friends, or somehow the identity of the friend changes, just, you know, just like that. It's just like, huh? So whom? Like who? So who is it again? And you're like, oh, I can't tell you. I'm like, come on, man. Like, how am I supposed to know who to trust? It's really weird, the whole like selling thing. Like 1 or 2 times, okay, fine, you know. Isolated incidents, fair enough. Or someone who doesn't know much, fair enough. Okay, you help them out, cool. But when it happens every other day, or pretty much every post you make, kinda sus. No one has that many friends? I mean, let's be honest. My mom told me, okay, you could probably count the number of really close friends you have with your 2 hands. Good evening, Captain Mike. Hello, hello. Local meetups only are the real chats. Oh man, local only is it can be more interesting. I mean, it can be okay if you're like in an obviously densely populated area, but yeah, it's kind of iffy most of the time. I wish I had a friend that would just give me expensive customs and expect me to sell them for him, because you would just use them for a while. Oh, sorry, buddy, it didn't sell. I put it in the market, it didn't sell. Oh, I also rebuilt it. It was oh, don't worry about it. I was just trying to test out that everything was okay, because a buyer, prospective buyer, was asking me whether this expensive custom was working, and I just happenstance to have loop switches and stabs, and I decided to rebuild it. It didn't sell. Right, Drew? Is that what you would do? Anyway, hey, wanna buy my drugs that no one else wants? Oh boy. Not as bad as the people that have like 10,000 lines selling posts on the MM Discord. They're not even looking the same country. That's actually true. There's cases where I see people selling it for other people, like on behalf of other people, and they're not even the same location. Like not even the same country. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Hearing about scam group buys made me take 3 years to get into a hobby. I'm gonna hold off on mech market from now. That's fair. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, I do, you know, I do sympathize, like, if you're kind of like not feeling it because you've read some of the horror stories and you're just not, you know, kind of afraid that that might happen to you. We talking about West Coasters? Oh, Juan. We're talking about, yeah, just people in general. Possibly have that friend though, because I've never traded on MM, no rep, so I need someone who has already traded to sell, right? Yeah, I guess local only in the middle of Iowa. Hi. Southern part of which state again? I don't know. Are there states big enough to consider a north and a south? Don't know. Don't know any of that. Dakota, yes, Dakota, and then there's Virginia, where there's west and the normal one. Only normal states and their western versions. East Texas, baby. Oh god. Too bad there's no Old York and New York, or York and New York, because that doesn't work like that, huh? Alright, I'm gonna solder, so I'm gonna turn on the fan. Can y'all speak Canadian? Thanks. No one speaks about Baja California. True. I feel like most people only know Baja California for Tijuana and like Los Cabos. That's about it. Nothing else there really matters except the state's goddamn huge, and there's actually a north and a south Baja California, by the way. Like in the states that comprise Mexico, there's a Baja California Norte and a Baja California Sur. If you didn't know. I know about Baja because of the new Forza. Arriba, California. Arriba. Dale, dale, señorita. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Oh my gosh. Baja Blast. Sorry, mate. I don't know any Californians. I only know a Danny, California. Baja Blast tastes like medicine to me. It kind of tastes like whatever to me. Yeah, just didn't really like it either when I tried it. Medicine, not quite tastes like medicine, but definitely didn't taste like good. I'm from Paris, Texas. Ah, yes, the town of love. We have a place in Michigan called Hell. I mean, considering your winters, it basically is hell, but inverted. Oh man, yeah, winters in the Midwest, dude. Like anywhere near the Great Lakes, man. Shit, it sucks. Bonjour, brother. Reminds me of Inglourious Bastards. Buongiorno. Okay, I think we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh wait, is this working? Okay, there. All right. Yeah, we're back. Arriba. Let's go. All right. So, sorry about that. I think my internet dropped for a second. Which just happens sometimes. When that happens, I just have to like reboot some things and see if it comes back. But yeah, I came back, so here we are. All right. So where were we again? All right, we were talking about Jugville, Michigan for a second. A river dirty. Oh man. Alright, gotta get this fan back on and keep soldering. We have Eiffel Towers under every power line here. Au revoir. Au revoir. Currently is Sabra. Oh goodness. Banned for jugs. He mentioned Midwestern winter they came for him. Oh man. Diego got cancelled by Twitch for pronouncing California correctly. Hey Kinzupi, 9 months, thank you so much. How are you? Oh, welcome back, Ninewalker. You came back at just the right time after we have restarted stream because of a little drop here, but we're back. Long time no see indeed, King Zupi. It's been a while actually. How are you doing? On phone right now? Oh. Juan has one of the nicest WAP sets I've seen. What's special about Juan's WAP sets? Is it shine or what's the deal? I mean, I'm sure it's nice just because Juan typed on it, but otherwise. Do you use NVIDIA Broadcast? Feel like I should remember this. Oh, I used to use NVIDIA Broadcast for the fan noise, if that's what you're talking about. But I actually don't like it. I decided that I didn't really like it, and y'all can live with the fan noise. If y'all can't live with the fan noise, it's fine. I mean, you either like it or not. If you don't, then you can tune off stream for 10 minutes and come back. Did someone say shine, Wob? Didn't you say that I complained about it? Oh yes, Nacho also complained about it because that's just Nacho. Nachos with Barbecue is our not our top subscriber, but our top complainer in chat. He's up in the leaderboards. You would say a pinch of salt, but I think he takes that more like a jug. He probably is from Jugville, Michigan. Brings a jug of salt. Can you rate all the nachos in chat? Okay, I know there's at least 3 that I can think of right away. There is nachos with barbecue. There is infinite nachos. There's nuclear nachos, and then I don't think there was someone else. I think I'm pretty sure there was at least one more, but I actually don't remember who the 4th one might be. Nachos with barbecue is over seasoned. I think maybe it's just you know, you have to have a little bit of saltiness to balance the sweet from the barbecue. I don't know. There's dozens of us. I swear to God, there's quite a few nacho containing name people in the community, and it really confuses me sometimes. Like, I know the few people that I see often enough, but that said, I do get confused every so often. Especially on Twitch, it's even a little bit harder because at least on Discord sometimes I get the avatars, like the profile pictures, even if it changes a little every so often, but it's a bit more distinguishable than not. Why not nachos con salsa? Why not nachos with cheese? Where's nachos con queso? Oh my god, I have the best username. The best username should be nachos sin queso. It's like quesadilla without cheese, right? Damn, you're a pretty fast solderer. Oh, yeah, I've been doing this for a while now, so it's Okay, that's a bent pin right there, so I'm gonna have to reseat that one. Nachos with sleeves. Isn't queso mandatory for nachos? I thought so too. I thought the cheese dip is pretty mandatory for nachos in general. I mean, I do like nachos with other stuff too. Like sometimes if you want to kind of, you know, spice it up a little bit for your nachos, I do like chopping some like tomatoes or like jalapenos in and stuff. Sometimes you can like even like cook some, or like so like at my local taco truck, they do like nachos, and they basically have like, they also add like you know, like jalapenos, like tomatoes, that kind of stuff, but they'll also add like meat fillings, so like they'll add like chorizo or like, you know, like other meats and stuff. It's so good. Oh my god. And instead of the like that like yellow cheese that you could do like, you know, at like the movie theaters or whatever, like they have like they use like the really yummy like Mexican cheese. Oh, it's so good. So good. The one that like kind of it's like kind of crumbly, kind of falls apart, is so good. But the cheese is what makes it nachos. Yeah, I do agree 100%. I don't think I would have nachos without any cheese. And yeah, if nachos doesn't have queso, it's just chips. Yeah, that's what I would argue too. It's just chips, just salt, like salted chips essentially. Korean fusion nachos? Oh, yo. That sounds so good. Bulgogi and cheese? Mmm. Actually, though, Korean food in general tastes so fucking good with cheese. Because in a lot of Korean food, there's a lot of like fermented stuff. Like whether it's kimchi or anything like that. It just tastes so good. Like there's like the spicy and the more like fermented flavors coming in. It just goes so well with cheese. I don't know. There's something about like Korean food and cheese that just goes really well. Like in the fusion things that I've seen, like at restaurants and like at other places, like food carts, that kind of stuff. It's bomb. It's really really good. Have you had kogi at all when you visited LA? It's been a little while since I visited LA. I might have tried it, but it was long ago that it was not as memorable to me. I honestly, LA has so much food that, yeah, like they kind of blend in after each like, you know, with each other after a while. Anyway, there's our soldered PCB. It says GAF TGR 910. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. I think Korean has the most cheese consumption out of all the Asian countries. I'm not sure if that's true, but you might be right. Well, if you consider, I mean, like, there's also like India, and India is an Asian country. And there's like, you know, paneer. And that shit's like crack. I love paneer. A good paneer. Oh, dude, so good. So good. Did someone say Korean food with cheese? Had some galbijjim with cheese this past week. Yo. Oh, yo, that looks so good. Holy guacamole. Oh my god, that's so good. Indian street food is lathered in cheese. Yeah. Paneer is so yummy. I really want to try kimchi. Man, you should. I mean, honestly, if you can't find it around you, like, don't be afraid to try to do something similar to it. Like, I think there's been a lot of recipes as well coming out recently that kind of are a bit more fusiony, or maybe like work with ingredients that are like different, but they still taste really good. Actually, like recently I was looking at a new cookbook called Korean American by Eric Juno. And Eric Kim, he's like one of the food columnists at the New York Times, but he recently published a book called Korean American. It's a cookbook, kind of inspired by his like Korean American roots, and some of the recipes in there look so good. I actually need to get the book. I was looking at some recipes that my friend like sent pictures of, but yeah, really been wanting to take a look at some of these new recipes that are popping up in the Korean American community. Mangchi's recipes, the OG for sure. You know that she's based in New York, right? Like every so often, like, you know, sometimes when she would make her videos, you could like hear New York in the background and stuff, and like she would talk about it, right? I think she's like near, I forget if she's like near like Bryant Park or like Union Square, but yeah, she's in that area, like in somewhere in Midtown. Maybe she moved again. I feel like I'll either love it or straight up puke. I think you just need to try different kinds. Yeah, paneer is so good though. I always wanted to run into her. Yeah, me too. Oh my god, I would be so excited. I'll be like, oh my god, is this like Mangchi? Like 사모님, I guess. 아줌마 is too a little rude, so I'll be like, oh, Mangchi 사모님. Mangchi confirmed Diego's ajumma. American recipes are so fun. Yeah, they look so good. They look so good. All right, so let's test this PCB out and keep going. All right, so let's try this. Where's my cable? Just here. Oh, here it is. All right. Key tester test matrix. Nice, cool. Everything working as it should. You missed the switch, please. Please. I've built a few 910s now. I know. Alright, it's time to take this bad boy apart and show you what it looks like from the inside. So let's do that now. Oh wait. Did I swap them around? No, this is the right one, I think. Alright. You missed the top right switch. Those are hyperglides. I'm actually not sure, Amarade. I'm actually not sure. I just know they're MX blocks, but I'm not quite sure which kind or what variety. The caps is in the wrong spot. So I know that typically this case would have to be opened up from here and then here, but right now I'm undoing this part of the bottom here just on the sides because I know that there's no screws here, but there are supposed to be some screws, but there are no screws there right now just for ease of access. So I'll just do this for now and show you. Okay, so this is the top piece and the bottom piece like this. And so actually, like if you were to actually undo the whole thing, well, let me grab this one, and you would have to undo these 6 screws over here, which basically takes you under the base plate here. It's pretty much the same way the TGR V2 is done. So you just take off the 6 screws that hold the base plate here. There's a Korean food restaurant localish to me. Probably not going to be that authentic, but whatever. I mean, it's still something. Actually, there's quite a few Korean people in South America, so I don't know if that's actually I don't think that would necessarily be not authentic. There's quite a few Korean people in like South America in general. So, all right. So here's a base plate right here, as you can see, and this is the copper weight, which just uses these 2 screws to go through the case here. And then you have access to these screws over here that hold the weight. So those, you know, I'll just undo so I can just show you what it looks like. Uncoated copper? Yeah, I believe this is uncoated copper, yeah. Or at least it's not coated to the point where like it's gonna be protected from finger oils like forever. That said, this is a prototype unit, so I believe there are some things that maybe are different from the actual production units. So I'm not entirely sure if it's supposed to be this way or that way, because I am also not in the group buy or whatever. So yeah. Okay. So and then, okay, so now this weight is gonna come off, except it's a little bit lodged in there. There we go. So there it is. So that's pretty much how your case is assembled. So there are, as you can see, there is here the top piece. There is this weight. So normally you would take off the base plate first, 6 screws, and then you take off 4 screws here for the weight, which has the USB port area, which just has here, and then you take off 8 screws for the case. Right now there's no screws here just because actually that's how it came. We just didn't have case screws there. That's how it was assembled. I don't have extra screws right now on me, so unfortunately I can't provide any. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is right now. Anyway, so that's what it looks like disassembled. So let's go back to the case over here, actually here. So this is the top piece. So the top piece just has a copper batch over here that's been inserted from the back. There's just a little piece of tape just to kind of keep it nice and tight in there, so it doesn't just come off when you flip it over. So this is a top mount board, and the mounting points on the TGR 910 GAF edition seem to have been changed, as opposed to the 910, like the previous editions of the 910. So the mounting points of this are actually quite similar to what the like Mary C65 did. So there are 4 mounting spots at the top and 3 mounting spots at the bottom to mount the plate. Would the plate hold it in without tape when assembled? Are you talking about the badge? Yeah, it would probably, I mean, it would be okay, but I mean, it's just for security. It's not like tape does anything to the copper anyway. Super clean, glad I just found you. What's the keyboard above the one you're building? Oh, that is a Heavy Grail from Norbauer, which is not mine actually. I'll be sending it out to the owner of that one soon enough. All right. So let's put our screws here. And Diego, do you have a personal 910? Yeah, I do actually. There was a long time when I actually really regretted not having gotten the 910 because I had failed to get the 910C on the group buy because I was too slow for it. And then at one point I had an offer for a 910 RE, the polycarb one, and I declined it at the time because at the time it wasn't like a very hyped keyboard or anything. It was also just like a keyboard I was not looking for specifically because I had a lot of keyboards that I was using, and I was like, oh, I'm fine, I don't need to spend another $500 or whatever to get another board, so I didn't really choose not to get it. And then later on, I kind of hit myself in the head. I was like, man, I'm gonna regret that. And so I eventually got one of my own. So for a while, actually, I had a polycarb 910, and I also had a aluminum 910, but I actually sold the aluminum 910 later because I figured I just wanted to keep one. And at the time, I was more interested in just keeping the polycarb one. So. Alright, can you O-ring mount this? Let's see. So I think you maybe can. No, you can't. The reason being that there's no ledge for it. There's no ledge. These pillars are not. They're just for the PCB to fit, but there's no ledge for it. The black one? No, I used to have a gray 910. I used to have a gray 910 RE, and then a polycarb 910 RE, which I still have. How are you able to purchase these in group buy? Oh, I mean, I've been an active community member since 2016, so. Drizzle, I just had to mention I literally had to buy Meridian because of your build. Absolutely love the sound of it. Thanks. Drizzoid. Drizzoid. So, Drizzoid. Guess what I did? I got myself a Meridian. Because I also thought it was really nice. And I saw a really good deal for one, and so I got myself the same gray one that I built. Well, I mean, it's not the exact same unit, but a gray Meridian. Got me a Drac Gary Meridian as well. So I need to build it though. I just desoldered it and need to do switches for it. It's really nice though. I honestly think it's super underrated. It's very surprising that it's going for like under retail on Mech Market, but honestly it's a super nice board. The color is so nice on it too. I really like it. Pretty sure it is O-ring mount. The problem is like, where does the Oh, okay, I see. So I guess the O-ring would sit here. Like barely, huh? It would just sit on here on these ledges, on these columns then. Yeah, I guess you could O-ring this, O-ring mount this. I don't have O-rings that would fit at 65% right now on me. I do have a Bakeneko. Oh, we could try doing a. Do I have a Bakeneko 65 on me right now? I might have put it at work. Oh, I don't see it. I guess we'll just leave it top mount for now. I really want to try an ergo board out, but I don't want to buy something I don't know if I like. Kevin, you're just too scared, dude. Just do it. Just do it, dude. Stop making excuses. Just do it. I like the ergo with arrow keys still. Oh, I see. I like them without the arrow keys personally, because I'm kind of used to it. But yeah, I see why people prefer. Bakeneko might be too long since this one wouldn't have to go around the blocker. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, I feel like maybe if you overstretch the 60% one a little, because it's only one extra column. But yeah, it's okay. We'll play it without for now. All right, so let's put it together. Okay, so let's go down like that. Got a Praxis as my first Alice style. Absolutely love it. Ooh, the Praxis is super nice too. I mean, honestly, if you're gonna get an Alice board, right? Like you don't have to get like a TGR Alice or anything like that. There's so many boards now, and they're all pretty sweet. Actually, I would argue that some of them are more suited to certain people's tastes, like depending on what you like. Oh boy, this is a very tight fit, huh? Okay, hold on. Let's this cable is pretty short. Pretty short cable. Oh, I hate short daughterboard cables with a passion. It's like my fingers are too fast for this stuff, you know what I mean? I have that Tiger. It was 90 bucks at the Rainforest Cafe. Oh, Vanta boy. I got the Tiger for like 60 on Amazon. As in like Rainforest Cafe kind of scam you, I guess. JD is one of a kind. I don't care, Big Tiger. Okay, facts. Facts. That is true. I don't care, Big Tiger is the right attitude to have about it. Okay, there it is. Is it time for Kevin to get an ergo board? Alright, fine. Let's do that poll. Poll. Should Kevin get an ergo layout board? Yay. Nay. Yay, stop being a coward. Nay. Nay. The wife said, in quotation marks. Content does not meet guidelines? God damn it. Damn it, Twitch. Damn it. Obviously, the answer is yay. See, Kevin, everyone wants you to try an ergo layout board. Easy. The decision has been made for you. How easy is that? Don't even need to ask yourself anymore when you can just have other people decide for you. Okay, now let's put this last piece in. I tried saying no to save you a couple bucks. And frankly, there are a lot of decently affordable options. I mean, honestly though, if you are located somewhere where you could just go and... Aren't there 2 more screws underneath the Toblerone? Yes, indeed, there are 2 more screw holes underneath the Toblerone. But I don't have the screws because they were not included. They didn't come with, and I didn't have the appropriate replacements for it. So, the user of the board will have to purchase some screws later on if they would like to replace those. But effectively it doesn't really matter, make a difference. Was this from the auction a couple weeks ago? Yeah. Alright, so let's clean it off a little bit. A little dirty. I like. All right, there it is. So are we putting GMK Lux on this? Peaches? Because Peaches was first. We're still good with GMK Lux? Yes? Okay. Two people said Wapsfoot wins. Yeah, but they weren't first. Just like a TGR group buy, you weren't first though. What tea are you drinking? I am currently drinking cold barley tea. This is called boricha in Korean. And I put it. I made the tea and then I put it in the fridge. And then yeah, it's really good. A Rantas cup. Oh yes, this is indeed the Rantas cup, if you can see. Is TGR now TGR components PLT? Yeah. Same thing. Twins, I am too. Oh, nice. Are you half Mexican? Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely Mexican nationality wise. I was born and raised there. So. All right, let me go find Lux. Where's Lux? Oh, Peaches, do you want to try our kind of funky combo? So I got GMK pre-press the other day. Because I wanted to use the alphas, just like Knee Deep did it with like Black Modi. It looks really nice. So basically black modifiers and gray alphas is basically what it is. So like, this is what the alphas look like. And you would combine this with like black modifiers, whether it's WOB or like colorful like black modi, which would be like the kind of like CMY color ones. They're also pretty nice. That's an option. But that I just saw it because I was looking for Lux and I don't know where it is. Nay, I want Lux. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm pretty sure I know where it is. Let me just double check. Okay. Okay, so GMK Lux. No accent today? Okay. Surely all GAF artisan on the nav cluster? Do I have that many that would match this? I have some, but I don't think I have that many to match everything. They probably wouldn't, actually. JKL. Okay. Does it matter? Yeah. This is the reason I get artisans. The whole reason I get artisans is because I want to put them on my boards. Of course they should match. Three black artisans. I guess we could do something like that actually. We'll figure it out. I actually don't know where one of my artisans is actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Where did I put that one? Oh, it's probably on a different board. Okay. I mean, colorway wise, do I have that many? Yeah, well, I mean, Diego doesn't know that Lightning Keyboards fan 69 broke into his apartment last night. Yeah, shoot. GG. Everything has been lost, guys. JD is Lightning Keyboards fan 69. Why are there two tabs? Because of pretty sure it's because you can technically use the second tab to outfit in a different board if you have different alphas. Like not Lux related, but that's like it's the same reasoning Dolch R5 has a second tab in the extension kit. Caps lock. Also, I'm missing a few numbers. Oh, I must have put it aside. Free tab for all your tabbing needs, yeah. Where's my one key? Oh, here. Okay. Alright. I guess we do get the number spots over here, huh? Normal caps lock probably on your useless bag. How do you know? How do you know? This is my useless bag. ISO 1U alt R3 control because I never use it anymore. Like I only take it out whenever I have like true HKB stuff. Gotta do all Garbo, right? Oh yeah. So speaking of which, let me go. I need to go see where I put some of my artisans. So I'll be back in a bit. Do you have a book sp? No. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, where's my mouse? What the heck? Huh? What the heck happened over here? Well, my mouse cursor disappeared. My mouse cursor disappeared! Where the hell did it go? My Megamix Master 3 goes missing all the time? Yeah, this is a little weird. Who knows what that thing's doing? Seriously though. Yeah, actually, I don't see the cursor. Oh, there it is, but is it not responding? Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, okay, there. Oh, okay. I guess it was not getting connected to the computer. Okay, cool. Yeah, I only unplugged it from a charging cable. Yeah, because the wireless receiver is on my hub already. Yeah. All right, I'll be right back though. BRB. Alright, we're back. So I'm back with pretty much all my GAF Cap stuff here. So we get a choice of 4 keycaps to choose from. 4 keycaps to choose among all these. So as Nine Walker said, it's a good point to use the garbo that would match the eyes. Although maybe I'll put that on the left hand side corner. So like something like here. And then these guys that I've traded for, and also some of them I got. We should choose from. I'm not sure yet. I was personally thinking doing something like doing something like Grimace, TP, something like that. Or actually maybe even just go for the full gray because they're all kind of grayish like that. Is Lux CR? Lux is not CR, but it's also not a light gray. It's like a dark gray. Very, very dark gray. All right, we're good with this? Okay, cool. So people are good with it. So let's go with that. Grimace 1. Trims 2, and then TP. I don't have the V2, so that's what it is. All right. All right. Let's give this a try. Where's my cable? Oh yeah, so now we can see if this cable fits through this because it is a recessed. Where is it? Because someone was mentioning, oh, maybe it won't fit through any recessed ports. So it does appear like it might conflict actually. Yeah, so I think this won't fit, for example, this cable. As you can see, it has a very thick connector. Fortunately, it's not my only black cable, so I do have a different cable over here. So I'm gonna do this. Ba-bum. All right, so here is our GAF X TGR 910 all built up. Let me set up the, oh, I'll refund your points. Okay, so Peaches, okay, Drew, your points are back. Nacho, your points are back. And then I'll mute the mic for a second, put the mic on top of the board so that we can type on it. Okay, and then let's get the music off. Okay, so here we are. Can you guys hear me? Everything fine on the audio? Okay. So, turn off this fan. I think you're muted. Wait, am I still muted? Are you sure? I think, yeah, okay. Looks like we're fine. Type boy. Okay, I'll type, don't worry. All right, so here we have our GAF X TGR 910. This is currently built with Cherry MX black switches, Lube with 205 grade 0 with TX 60 gram springs and TX films. This has a full aluminum plate. And this is currently top mounted. And yeah, this is GMK Lux for the key set, and some GAF caps to decorate. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to change the time to 60. All right. Ooh, sounds nice. Actually sounds better than the former version of the TGR 910, which has 8 symmetrical mounting points. I actually do really like this one a lot more because the mounting points are pretty much kind of like outside of the range of the spacebar, which makes it sound a little better. It also makes it feel a little bit better, but not a huge difference. But it still definitely feels, you know, different. But yeah, I really like how it sounds so far. But it definitely sounds like Cherry Mix Blacks on an aluminum plate on a top mount style keyboard. So yeah, it's a nice sound though. It is a nice sound. But yeah, we can give it a try again, and then I'll go through the mods. I'll just do a 30-second one this time though. All right, just one more time. I'm gonna take off my IEMs here and try again. Ooh, that sounds nice. That sounds really, really nice. You finished already? Yeah, I mean, it's already been... Oh, the timer says like an hour or so, but it's actually been like 2 hours or so because we had an interruption in the middle with the stream, so I had to like restart. But yeah. Yep. That's tight. Yeah, it sounds really nice. Let's go over the mods and the rest of the alphas. So here it is. Here goes. So the escape might rub. I don't know actually how the clearance is, but we'll see. Oh, no rubbing. Nice. I really like how the backspace and the spacebar sound on this. Very, very nice mods. The mods sound really nice. Really clean. TX stabs, definitely pretty good. Pretty nice. It really does sound a lot like a 910 keyboard designed by Sam of TGR Keyboards in Malaysia. It sure do be sounding like that. But yeah, it sounds really, really good. I really like the backspace and the spacebar in particular. But overall, like the board sound is really tight. It's like, don't really hear any kind of echoing, resonance, that kind of stuff, which is pretty pleasant because that means there's not like much to really pick on. So yeah, overall, like I think the sound of the board is improved from the first iteration of the 910, like, or the first iterations, I guess, because it's seen like slight differences, but the overall internal design has been the same for a long time. This renewed kind of like iteration does seem a lot more in line with how like the Jane V2 was like a very new version of the like a completely new idea, kind of like generated from the V1 to the V2. So yeah, pretty nice, and overall like no real complaints about the board. I mean the custom badge for the GAF logo is pretty sweet, and yeah, I mean the aesthetic is consistent with the other V2 designs. So that's pretty cool if you like happen to like that in particular. No O-ring mount on this. You could probably O-ring mount on this, but right now we have standard top mount. But you could O-ring mount if you have a 65% O-ring, like the right size for it. I don't currently, so I haven't done that. Yeah. It probably does work. I do see the pillars there, so it would just sit on those pillars, basically just get sandwiched in the case. I think, based on what the design seems to show, but I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But it seems like based on what Juan was saying that other people have done it, it looks like it is possible to do. So, yeah. But yeah, it makes blacks on alu, pretty typical sound. Pretty nice though. I really like it. We can do a quick test again, and then maybe call it a night in a bit after I show it off. I've only seen proto builds, so this is the proto. This is still a prototype, by the way. This was the proto. It was a prototype that was auctioned as a donation to GAF Caps, but I believe it is still a prototype. Yeah. This one has a different weight design from the others I've seen. I see. Maybe, yeah. I guess maybe it's just changed a little bit, right? Between like different iterations of the prototyping process. Yeah. All right. Well, let me move the mic back, and yeah, we can talk about it a little bit more. Is there any way a commoner can pick this board up without going through MM? At the moment, no, because first of all, there's not many units out there. Basically, there was like a friends and family sort of thing, which seems to have been very small number, and then this is a prototype, and then pretty much like whatever, like there was a production run basically run in China, which was like, you know, restricted, like region restricted and all that, and that hasn't shipped yet if I recall correctly. So I don't think there are enough units out there for you to be like, oh, like yeah, I could probably get one. But in any case, it would still probably have to be a, you would still probably have to, you know, go through like the aftermarket at the moment. Yeah. So if there's any other news about it, like I'm sure we might hear more from like Shuangmu or someone else who is like running it. But at least for the time being, no, there wouldn't be an easy way to get it per se. Do you know if another round of 910 will be run? No, I do not know the specifics. This is manufactured by Matrix Labs, right? I believe that's the consensus, but I actually do not know like firmly. It's not a fact I know specifically that I can confirm you and say like, oh yeah, this was made by Matrix, but I think allegedly that's true. I think that's what people have been saying, but I actually don't know the details, so I can't confirm that to you like 100%. I would say it's like 80% true, but I'm not sure. So there was an FNF run? Yeah, I mean, allegedly that's what's supposed to be like, you know, I believe like Gerald Juby built a unit. There's a few other people who have built like these GAF X TGR 910s, and I believe that's basically an FNF right? I mean, it has to be, because certainly there was a bigger production that hasn't shipped. So if that's not an FNF run, then I don't know what is. Any recommendations? Best switches for the TGR Mono K PC plate? Honestly, whichever switches you like will be fine on the polycarb plate. I mean, I personally like Cherry MX switches. Whether it's Cherry Mix Browns or Cherry Mix Clears or Cherry Mix Blacks, those are all fine. But I mean, I've tried like Alpacas on polycarb, I've tried Gateron Inks on polycarb, I've tried like Reds, I've tried like, yeah, like I've tried a variety of switches and they're all okay too on polycarb. I personally would just choose something that you think you'll like. Yeah, honestly, I don't think you'll go wrong by doing so. And, you know, worst comes to worst, like, you know, you'll find out what it is like, and so you will be able to avoid it in the future. But I would say, like, don't hesitate to try new things for yourself. Yeah. Thanks, I'll keep those in mind. No problem. Alright, let's get rid of that. Maybe I'll zoom it back a little bit. Alright. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Alright, we can look at it up close. Has Noir shipped for NA yet? I don't think so. No, not yet. I think it's just arrived to warehouse and they're sorting and they're gonna ship soonish, but I don't think it's shipped just yet. I think Masterpiece is currently shipping, so I think after that is gonna be Noir, and then after that Dolce, I think, in terms of order of shipment. Noir would have looked awesome on this too. I agree. I do agree. Dolce or Noir both would have looked really great. Masterpiece shipped, yeah. I think people have been getting it. It's what I've been seeing. Alright, so here it is, our GAF X TGR 910 keyboard. Looking really nice here, with the copper accent over here and the GAF caps. Looks super nice. Nice gray aluminum plate below. And then I guess it's easier for you to look at the side profile from here. But here is the side profile. The R1 is obviously a bit taller. The keycap is a bit taller than the rest. But yeah, there it is, side profile. Pretty simple, very similar to what the Unicorn or like the Jane it looks like from the side. No seam, however, so that's kind of nice. More so similar to Unicorn, I would say. And then here is the back portion of it. Sorry, that's a little dirty. But yeah, and then here is the back. Looking really sweet with the copper weight and the engravings. And then here our back weight with the GAF engraving here in the back, and the centered USB port for this as well. USB-C port, slightly recessed, so you do need a cable that would fit. But yeah, looks very nice. When are we going to see PC weights? That's been done a few times. I believe what's that studio? Percent Studio? Is that Percent? Yeah, Percent, right? Did some PC stuff a while back for like canoes and like other things. Pretty sure they did polycarb stuff for accents and stuff. A long while back. Nazare 160, yeah. Yeah, there was that one. I think it had some PC stuff. Yeah. Kaneki's Bakaneko silicone weight? Yeah, I guess that is different from metal at least. Ooh. Yeah, the spacebar on this sounds so nice. It probably sounds very different from my 910. I can go get my own. Give me one sec. Don't remember what board, but I saw a board with two internal weight looking things. They're polycarb and look similar to the weight on a KP, but internal. If it's squishy, it's a dampener? Maybe, yeah. I would say, yeah, it could be like silicone weight, right? So this is the 910RE. This is basically the most recent iteration of the TGR 910 before this new GAF TGR. And this one is also built with MX Blacks, but this has a polycarb plate, I think. Full polycarb plate, so it's gonna sound a bit different, and also the case, of course, is different, so yeah. But yeah. Definitely very different, but yeah. This is also, yeah, polycarb plate with MX Blacks. Yeah. PC plate in a PC board? Madman? Is it really? But yeah. So old version, new version. I do like the large weight on the 910 though. It looks really cool. But you know, this artwork is really cool too. So yeah, pros and cons. And also this has a USB mini port. Can't really replace it with USB-C, unfortunately. Can't beat the MX Blacks on the Alu. Yeah, I mean, definitely a classic combo. Okay, so I think that's all I have for today, unless there's any other things that you guys might want me to address. But yeah, I believe that's all I got. Let's see if there is anybody in particular we can read. Let me just check. What's your least favorite build that I've built? Least favorite? I mean, there are some builds that are notable for the amount of physical work I had to do, which are probably not my favorite because it's just extra work. Like the Alps build with the 280 gram thing was pretty tiresome because there's like a lot of fiddling to do, like a lot of adjustments to make to make sure that it was like good, or like, you know, as good as it can be. So that was a little bit, just a lot of fiddling around. So that tends to be like my least favorite as far as that's concerned. But that said, there are some builds that I personally didn't like because the switches were not my style or something like that, or like the typing feel was not my style. But yeah, I would say it's kind of blurs in my memory now because there's just so many keyboards that I've built here and there. Am I tripping, or is that a TGR shirt? Oh yeah, it is. It is a TGR shirt. It was run, Max F actually ran this a few years ago. Yeah. The Taihao Alps APC one, yeah, that's definitely one that was pretty cumbersome. Very sick. Yeah, the print is kind of coming off now. It's getting old now. But I mean, I just wear it because it's comfy. It's a nice tri-blend shirt, so it's like one of those comfy shirts, so I really like it. Yeah. You know, I don't like keeping things just sitting around in a corner or in a drawer not being used, so I wear things, and you know, if they eventually wear out, they wear out, you know. Get a new one some other time, it's fine. Or you know, get something different that just replaces it, it's fine. I love your flex shirt. Any print on the back? No print on the back. It's just a gray T-shirt with a pretty kind of cheap print, gold ochreish color. Okay, so let me see who is streaming right now. Did GAF run some hats? I don't think it was GAF themselves. It was actually like one of their friends who basically asked for permission and got some artwork to put on some hats. Yeah. Let's see. I see MacMerlin streaming. Gioren is streaming. I believe he is doing some mods on entry-level board. Lightning Keyboards. Who's that guy? I don't know him. Oh, there's really not any keyboard people tonight. I mean, it is a Sunday night, so I guess that makes sense. Okay, well, we can raid either Mr. Gioren or Mr. MacMerlin. It all actually depends. MacMerlin is currently just doing group buy news, so if you want to look at group buy news, that's one. And then Gioren is doing entry-level board modifications, which kind of sounds interesting, to be honest. Diego really born in full Lexico. What's the next build? That's a good question. I don't know. Well, I need to check. I don't know actually. Unannounced, I guess for now. I'll see what's next. I have to see what's next. I need to see what's currently in parts wise and ready to build. Flexico City. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm not in the mood for group buy news unless you guys are, so if you have something to say it now. If you really wanted to look at group buy IC news. But otherwise we can go do a raid for Mr. Gioren, who is a master of push-ups and also makes absolutely beautiful cables. And he has been streaming a good bit these days. Gioren is from Canada, so he's as kind as most Canadians can ever be, which is amazing. But yeah, unless you have any other particular questions, I'll probably take off for the night. And yeah, but otherwise, I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Sometime in the middle of this week, I would assume. and as usual, it will likely be like an evening time, afternoon or evening time. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Again, thank you so much for coming by. Let's go read Mr. Giorin. Goodbye, I'll miss you. I'll miss you too, HMS. Just come by on the next one. Don't forget, guys. Just you can join me on my socials, follow me on my Insta, Twitter, whatever. Join the Discord. Really, that's probably the best way to interact with me on a daily basis. That's pretty much where I do spend a lot of my time. Like when I'm on Discord, like I do spend a lot of my time just like looking at my Discord and like chatting with people there. So if you wanted to just interact, come by. You can also get pinged for like streams and things like that over there too. So yeah. But yeah, swing by and hang out. It's a small Discord with a lot of very nice people, I think. So yeah. Alright, let's go shoot a raid to Mr. Giorin. A lightning read. What's your favorite thockiest, clackiest, creamiest, marbliest, most meta mod for my entry level board? Which would you recommend? Best for gaming? Question mark. Miaugo Rantas. Alright. Alright, friends. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. See you later and have a good week.